What's up, fellow shinobi? Today, we're answering the ultimate question. Who truly respected Naruto the most? We're ranking everyone from his deadliest enemies to his closest allies on a scale of -10% to 100% to see how respect for our #1 knucklehead ninja evolved. The results will surprise you. Let's dive in. We start at the very bottom of the spectrum, with characters who showed little to no respect, or whose respect was purely based on power. At a chilling -10%, we have Kaguya Otsutsuki, the mother of all chakra, and the origin of ninjutsu itself. She was ultimately defeated by Naruto and Sasuke working together, but she showed no emotional respect or understanding of Naruto's ideology whatsoever. Her defeat was a cold, hard acknowledgement of his power surpassing even the progenitor of chakra, but nothing more. It was the respect a force of nature gives to the storm that finally erodes it, purely mechanical and devoid of any real recognition of Naruto's character or beliefs. Moving up from the absolute bottom, we have Zabuza at 40%. The Demon of the Mist was the first major villain to be changed by Naruto's words. In his dying moments, after hearing Naruto's passionate speech about comrades and bonds, Zabuza realized the value of what he had with Haku. He died with tears in his eyes, respecting Naruto's heartfelt plea enough to turn on his employer Gato. It was a grudging, last-minute respect for Naruto's ninja way, proving that even the coldest hearts could be touched. At 50%, we find Orochimaru, one of the legendary Sannin, a character who respected very few people in his entire life. He developed a scientific curiosity and respect for Naruto's unpredictable growth and power. He saw Naruto as a force of nature that could disrupt even his carefully laid plans, something that few shinobi could ever claim. While Orochimaru never fully embraced Naruto's ideology of peace and friendship, he couldn't deny the boy's impact on the world. His respect was born from a mix of fascination, caution, and a grudging acknowledgement of Naruto's ability to achieve the impossible. Next, at 53%, is Hiruzen Sarutobi. The third Hokage held a protective respect for Naruto as the legacy of the fourth Hokage. While his actions were flawed, he respected the burden Naruto carried and tried to protect him. At 55%, we have Haku, serving Zabuza. Haku saw in Naruto a kindred spirit who understood the pain of being a tool. His respect was one of empathy and a shared sense of loneliness. The first truly foundational respect comes at 60% with Iruka Umino. He was the first to see the person behind the Jinchuriki, offering paternal respect that grounded Naruto. His respect wasn't for power, but for Naruto's indomitable spirit. At 65%, we have Kabuto Yakushi, Orochimaru's right hand. After achieving what he believed was perfection through the Sage Mode and absorbing countless abilities, he was defeated by Itachi's Izanami and influenced by Naruto's words about identity and purpose. He eventually came to respect Naruto's path of self-acceptance and finding one's own place in the world, realizing that true strength came from understanding oneself, not from copying others. It was a late but significant acknowledgement that Naruto's way was the right one. Even the legendary Madara, one of the most powerful and feared shinobi in history, comes in at 70%. While he never embraced Naruto's ideology of peace through understanding, believing it to be naive and impossible, he respected Naruto's raw power and his incredible ability to rally the entire allied shinobi forces against him. Madara saw Naruto as a worthy opponent, someone who could actually challenge his plans for the infinite Tsukuyomi. It was a respect born purely from combat and acknowledgement of strength, the kind of respect one warrior gives another on the battlefield. Also at 70%, we have Sai, who learned about bonds through Naruto and came to respect his ability to connect with others, and Shino Aburame, whose quiet respect acknowledged Naruto's growth from a prankster to a leader. At 72%, Kiba Inuzuka, initially dismissive, came to respect Naruto's strength, after being surpassed time and again. At 75%, we have Choji Akimichi, who respected Naruto's kindness, and Yamato, who developed a guardian's respect while monitoring the Nine Tails chakra. Now we enter the 80 seconds, where respect becomes deep and personal. At 82%, we have the most complex case in the entire series, Sasuke Uchiha. For most of their lives, Sasuke's feelings for Naruto were a volatile mix of rivalry, jealousy, and a begrudging acknowledgement of his growth. He respected Naruto's strength enough to see him as his ultimate rival, the one he had to defeat to prove his own power. But it wasn't until their final, cataclysmic battle at the Valley of the End that Sasuke's respect truly crystallized. In that moment of shared exhaustion and understanding, Sasuke finally admitted defeat, not just to Naruto's power, but to his ideology. He respected Naruto's ability to endure, to love, and to never let go of their bond. It was a respect born from conflict, a final, hard-won acknowledgement of Naruto's superiority, not just in strength, but in heart. At 83%, we have Rock Lee, who respected Naruto as a kindred spirit. Both were underdogs who fought to prove themselves in a world that often valued natural talent over hard work. Lee saw in Naruto a reflection of his own determination and refusal to give up. No matter how impossible the odds seemed, their bond was one of mutual encouragement and friendly rivalry, a shared respect for the grind. Also at 83% is Itachi Uchiha, a man who walked a lonely path of sacrifice for the sake of the village. He saw in Naruto the ability to save Sasuke, the one thing he himself could not do, despite all his strength and planning. He respected Naruto's unwavering friendship and his promise to bring Sasuke back to the light, entrusting him with a piece of his power through the crow as a symbol of his faith. At 85%, we find Hinata Hyuga, whose respect was pure and unwavering from the very beginning. While others saw a failure, she saw a hero. She admired his unbreakable spirit and his ninja way, respecting him so much that she was willing to die for him during Pain's assault on the village. Her respect was a quiet, constant flame in the darkness of his early life. Also at 85% is Shikamaru Nara, the genius strategist whose respect was intellectual. He was one of the first of Naruto's peers to recognize his incredible ability to inspire loyalty and change the hearts of others. Shikamaru saw Naruto not as a powerhouse, but as the king on the shogi board, the most valuable piece that you protect at all costs because he is the key to victory. At 87%, we have Neji Hyuga, whose transformation is one of the most profound in the series. Initially, Neji despised Naruto's ideology, believing that destiny was predetermined and unchangeable. Naruto shattered that worldview, not with power, but with conviction. Neji's respect was ideological. He came to believe in Naruto's ability to forge his own destiny. This respect was so complete that he willingly sacrificed his own life to protect Naruto during the war, telling him that his life was not just his own anymore, because it held the lives and dreams of others. Also at 87% is Killer Bee, the Eight Tails Jinchuriki, who developed a deep, brotherly respect for Naruto. He saw a fellow Jinchuriki who refused to be defined by the beast within him, forging a bond through rap battles, fist bumps, and mutual understanding of their shared burden. At 88%, Sakura's respect was earned, not given. For a long time, she saw Naruto as an annoying rival for Sasuke's attention, someone who constantly got in the way. Her respect began to shift after the Chunin exams and solidified during their quest to retrieve Sasuke. She witnessed his dedication, his loyalty, and his refusal to give up on a friend, no matter how hopeless it seemed. By the time of the Fourth Great Ninja War, her respect was absolute. She saw him as a true leader, a pillar of strength for the entire allied shinobi forces, and the person who would never abandon his promises. Now we're in the 90 seconds, a realm of profound, Life-altering respect. At 90%, we have 5 characters whose respect fundamentally changed who they were. Gaara of the Sand saw a mirror image of himself in Naruto. After their brutal battle, he was in awe of Naruto's ability to fight for others and draw strength from his bonds. Naruto didn't just defeat Gaara, he saved him. And Gaara's subsequent journey from a feared weapon to the beloved Kazekage was a direct result of that respect. Tsunade, the 5th Hokage, was a much tougher sell. Initially, she saw Naruto as a naive brat, but after he mastered the Rasengan in a week, her respect grew into a fierce, almost maternal pride. She bet the future of the village on him. Konohamaru's respect evolved from simple hero worship to genuine acknowledgement of Naruto as a rival and role model. Nagato, through his 6 paths of pain, was converted ideologically by Naruto, entrusting him with his dream and reviving the entire village. And Obito Uchiha, who walked a path of darkness, found redemption through Naruto, sacrificing himself to save him from Kaguya's attack. At 92%, Kakashi Hataka's respect was a slow burn, evolving from teacher to a peer, whose power and influence surpassed his own. At 95%, the Toad Sage Jiraiya's respect was that of a godfather for the child of prophecy, entrusting him with the world's future. At 97%, the Sage of 6 Paths himself, Hagoromo Otsutsuki, saw Naruto as the reincarnation of his son Ashura and entrusted him with his power to save the world. At 98%, Naruto's mother, Kushina Uzumaki, held a mother's absolute and unwavering belief in her son. And at 100%, Naruto's father, Minato Namikaze, expressed nothing but pride, seeing his son surpass him in every way. But there's one character whose journey of respect is the most dramatic of all. Kurama, the 9-tailed fox, started with pure hatred, a respect score deep in the negatives. But through Naruto's persistence and empathy, that hatred transformed into the most profound respect in the series. Kurama went from prisoner to partner, from monster to a comrade willing to sacrifice his own life for Naruto. It was the ultimate, hard-won respect. So, who respected Naruto the most? While Minato gave his 100% respect as a father, the character whose respect was the most complete, transformative, and hard-won is undoubtedly Kurama. His journey from -10% to 100% is the ultimate testament to Naruto's impact. He didn't just change the shinobi world, he changed the very embodiment of hatred itself.